Starting day 24, April 9th. Good morning. Leaving the shelter at mile 211.1. Had the sunrise breakfast. It was worth it. 7:27 on the trail. Gotta stop for the view. We are at mile 212, Charles Bunyan side trail. I think I've seen enough from this viewpoint. Called an audible, took the spur trail, worth the less than 0.1 miles. Spectacular. Mile 212, last stop for gas. Got the automatic filler going right now. Great little water stop at mile 212.6. Next water stop, about 6 miles. So did some more heavy drinking, cameled up and loaded up. Fortunately, it's cool, so don't think I'll have to take too much water, but you still got to drink when it's cold. This is just way cool. Walking on these ridge lines, you know, just pause for a second, look right, down, and then look left, down. And we're right on this knife edge, if you will. Nothing like the knife edge on Mount K in Maine, but just super cool that the trail is on this ridge line. And don't forget to pause to look. Mile 213. More views. Mile 214, and we got 3 beers leading the way. Somehow, I caught up to him. This guy is super aerodynamic, super fast. He blew my water bottles off passing me, but he had to take a layer off. So good to see him again. Mile 215. Beautiful view. And this is just a cool trail. Just notice the rock on the right and the drop off on the left. Somebody had to hand dig this thing. That's what I like looking at on these trails, is thinking about how they were constructed mostly by hand. Just building a platform, a treadway to walk on out of a cliff. Got to remember to look up and look around and not just keep your head down looking at your foot placement. Mile 216, and it's 10 o'clock, 4.9 by 10. Took a 25-minute break at this location, and it is spectacular. I will give credit to the trail maintainers. They've been trimming the hedgerow. Mile 217, mile 218. Had to stop and take a look at this tree. I see all these fallen trees on the trail, 50, 60 years old, but this one's still alive. Keep going. Here at Peak Shelter, 4/10 of a mile off the trail, but a good place for lunch, and gonna go past the hitching post to get some water. Hey folks, I'm here at Peck's Corner Shelter, and for the last few days I've been doing the Smokies with Red Goat here, and got to hike with him this morning and learned a lot about him, and I asked him to share a couple interesting tidbits about his experience of the trail.
Yes, well, Red Goat here. I am through hiking the AT with mile marker. We're going all the way. I first got on the AT 49 years ago when I was in high school and hiked from Amicalola Falls at the beginning of the trail to Fontana Dam, about 170 miles. I was 16. I was the oldest of 4 guys that I went with. Somehow our parents let us do it. And back in those days, when we were in high school in the 70s, We didn't have the internet, we didn't have any of that kind of stuff, and our source of information and gear was a place called Appalachian Outfitters, which is in Oakton, Virginia. At that time, it was on the frontier of the suburbs and the woods, and it was a real old school place, you know, unfinished pine floors, had all the gear, and there was a guy working there named Ed Garvey. And you may know, Ed Garvey was one of the first group to hike the AT all the way. And he worked at Appalachian Outfitters, and he was kind of a demigod in our world. You know, we would say, Ed Garvey, he's working there. Let's go see if we can find him. And he wore like a full khaki uniform, kind of like Boy Scout or National Park Service or something, had the patch with the AT on his shoulder. I didn't interact with him much, but I definitely was in the room with him at least a couple of times. So that's where we got our gear. We decided we were going to take a trip on a long trip on the Appalachian Trail, and so we took a Greyhound down to Oak Ridge, Tennessee, got a friend's mother to drive us to Amicalola, and started walking. In those days, of course, we didn't have any of the stuff that you have today. We had some topo maps, that's it, and so we negotiated with that and the White Blazes. You know, when we wanted to get in touch, let our parents know we were okay, we had to hitchhike into town, get a dime, go to a payphone and call them. And, you know, we had the really heavy boots, all of that stuff. We had those Sierra cups that you would use, a little aluminum cup that you hung on your belt. And there was no water filters in those days. You would just like come up to the side of a rock, fill the thing up, and take a drink, which was really nice, something I miss. We did have water purification tablets. And yeah, somehow we made it through. We didn't without Far Out app and all that stuff. I'm very happy to have the new technology and all the stuff we've got today, but it was a different game back then. But it was a lot of fun, and somehow we lived to tell the tale.
All right. Thanks so much, Red Goat, for that historical perspective. And you know Ed Garvey? Any of the viewers out there know Ed Garvey? You are a scholar of the trail.
One of the first people to walk all the way through, probably in the 60s, I think, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Red Goat. Mile 219, mile 220, mile 221, mile 222. Walking on a historic trail that's well used. Mile 223. Stacked Blazes, turn off, Tri-Corner Shelter. Finishing up day 24 from the tent. 13.3 miles, 3,300 feet going up, 3,300 feet coming down. Great day. You know, left around 7:30, got in at 3:30, but took a mile detour to get lunch, and that was worth it. Talking to Red Goat. So today, tomorrow, it's going to be a push day, town day. So we'll see you in the morning. 0 dark 30. Mile marker signing out.